Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Worlds Apart. I'm your host, Brian Wade. Worlds Apart is a program that looks to investigate how racism, ethnocentrism, cultural and social divide manifest themselves within our society. Worlds Apart will consider the historic, scientific, cultural, and social factors that perpetuate these issues. Welcome to this edition of Worlds Apart, and this is a musical edition of the program. Those of you that are familiar with the program are probably thinking, well, most of the time when you watch Worlds Apart, this guy's pretty serious and he's talking about very serious issues. But I do have a lighter side. I'm a professional musician for some of you that know me in the area. And I'm honored to have with me as my guests two gentlemen from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I met them at the capital punishment rally dealing with the moratorium for the death penalty up in Harrisburg a couple of months ago. And I talked to them, and I just had a good sense about, their musicianship, and I wanted to bring them on the program. So they're here, live in the flesh, and if you've listened to the program for the last couple of weeks, I've been featuring their music, but I'd like to introduce them at this time. I'd like to introduce Mutlu. Welcome to Worlds Apart.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, give us some background about yourself and what you do.
I graduated from Drexel in 2001.
Engineering school.
Yeah, I did marketing though.
Bragging, so all right.
That's right, and I studied marketing there, and then while I was in college, I got into music, and then the last couple of years, I've been just playing around town, writing, collaborating with people, recording, playing gigs, and so on.
Well, thank you for appearing on the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Additionally, I have Kofi the MC. Welcome to Worlds Apart, Kofi.
Thank you.
Yes, give us some background about yourself and what you do.
Myself, Kofi the MC. I'm a musician in a band, Subtle Ground. I went to college as well, the Art Institute of Philadelphia, went for video production.
I don't know what their mascot is. You have to tell them. Do they have a mascot?
I don't even have a mascot. Bunch of artists.
Right,
but did that, got into music, did the solo thing for a while, and then about 2 years ago, I linked up with a band. Okay. I've just been playing with them and
very good.
Collaborating with Mutlu as well.
Well, you got a good sound. I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. Gentlemen, we met again in Harrisburg for that capital punishment rally dealing with the moratorium and the death penalty. And Mutlu, just give us your views. What did you think about that rally when you went there? And give some of your thoughts briefly.
It was the first time I've been to something like that, and it was definitely cool to see all the people come up and speak, and the governor of Illinois in particular,
George Ryan, yes,
the
who
former
was on my
governor,
program, right?
Yes. He was interesting because he was someone that sort of changed his view. And someone that high up to change their view and come out and make a stand. I guess it was towards the end of his term, I believe.
Right, exactly.
It was interesting to see that. It was cool to be part of it, cool to get up there and play a few songs. So.
Some of your music, do you approach it where you provide, sort of like a social conscious kind of aspect to your music at all? Do you try to address that?
I do. I think Koof maybe does a bit more than I do. But I definitely have an element of that in some songs. Okay. And I also do a lot of the more R&B soul. Like
right.
But I definitely have an element of that in some songs. More, never so specific, a little bit more general social commentary. Yeah. Okay. So I don't ever get specifically political. But.
Well, let's do this without further ado. Let's get right into the music, because I like to hear the music. So let's do this. I'd like to feature right now Mutlu.
Okay, thank you. This is a song called Did You Know?
Okay.
It's off the CD that...
Well, I'll know after this, won't I?
You can steal many things you want in life. Cheat your friends, your family, and your wife. You can try to be someone you're not. Step on other people to get your shot. But did you ever know the world would be so cold? Did you ever think it's over? Did you know that you'd be right here alone with the same old fears? Did you know that you'd be right here alone? down the pole kid running the block while you get your paycheck from the man at the top. You were kidding yourself, someday it had to stop. In the end, like the last one, they watch you drop. Treated in your passion for $10 a pop. You got the shaft, son, all you are is a flop. Thought you had control, thought you ran a spot, but your knees started shaking, soon people forgot how you did it with style. Ran the extra mile, but 2 years gone by, now you're throwing the towel. A lazy smile droops down your face, feel the hunger once you had the taste when you were younger. When you were younger. Did you ever know the world would be so cold? Did you ever think it's over? Did you know that you'd be right here alone with the same old fears? Did you know that you'd be right here alone? Did you know that you'd be right here alone? Well, you wasted all those years. Did you know?
Hi, I'm Brian Wade, host of the television program Worlds Apart. Looking for professional dry cleaners? Try Snow White. With 4 convenient locations, they'll do an excellent job on your clothes. Look what they did for me. Snow White Dry Cleaners.
Support for Worlds Apart is provided in part by York Foundation, a community foundation, and Susquehanna Falscraft Company.
Hola, si está en compra de una computadora nueva o usada, ven a Martinez Computer Repairs.
Hi, I'm Brian Wade. I got my computer at Martinez Computer and Repair. Stop in, they'll give you a great deal. Also, shipping anywhere in the United States.
Jim can cover all of your financial bases. Angel's first goal was to make it easy for you to bank online. Kent and his team can help your business grow. Isn't it nice to see a familiar face? We're People's Bank. For nearly 140 years, dependable, convenient, community banking. Where and when you need us most. Why not make your bank People's Bank? Here to help you manage all your money.
Why do you and me have to be worlds apart? All of us
Welcome back to Worlds Apart. I'm your host, Brian Wade. If you're just not tuning in, I have with me 2 wonderful musicians from the Philadelphia area. I have Mutlu, and like to say, man, you did a really nice job on that song, Did You Know? Really nice job. Anybody ever told you sound like Kenny Loggins?
I think you were maybe one of the first.
Okay. All right. Well, what I want to do is ask Kofi, the MC, a question. Kofi, when you were up at in Harrisburg, and you were witnessing what was going on, we had talked about a lot of times the absence of African Americans taking part in these issues. And a lot of times this impacts disproportionately people of color when you look at the criminal justice system, specifically the people on death row. Do you think that African Americans need to take more of an active role in protesting and coming out on these issues?
Yes, I definitely do. Like, I was at that one, and I was at a few in Philadelphia, and it's really the same thing.
Same thing in Philadelphia too.
It is, and it's like, I don't know if it's a thing where they're not being informed and know about it, and just because I'm in the mix with, I'm in the mix with a lot of people from doing music, so of different backgrounds, and so, I hear of it more through them than I do of my own.
Okay.
And it could be the same thing where, like, they're not getting that information, and, wherever they may be in, low income areas or wherever it's majority of African American.
Okay, very good. Well, what I want to do during this segment, I want to feature you, and Mutlu will be accompanying you. So what's the name of the number you're going to be doing?
This is called Conversate.
Okay,
it's basically just you know, this is me and this is what I do and that's it.
Okay, for our viewing audience, Kofi the MC, accompanied by Mutlu.
Definitely. This is how the story goes. I was raised in my grandma's broken home. See, daddy was a rolling stone, and mama had problems of her own. These crazy streets my brother roamed, so often I was all alone. A lot of time to think, y'all, so I grabbed that pen and used that ink, y'all. I scripted my life out, now I live everything that I wrote about. See, big dreams, I wanted stardom, but I stay grounded, it'll take you farther. And listen to your elders, you can learn so much from the words they tell us. And this is my life, y'all, a little convo to enlighten y'all.
I wanna thank you for your conversation.
Thanks, y'all.
Cause it's given me such inspiration. In this life you got to have some patience, dealing with so many ill situations.
See, I am the product of a hustler who fell in love with a woman that lived right. Now that balance is what gave me insight. Both sides of the fence do, so there ain't too much that I can't relate to. I walk through the ghettos and see the unfortunate. Then I walk through the suburbs where those are rich. The conflict is sickening. To stay on point, take discipline. See, love and hate, man, the line's so thin. But that's where I come from and return to my foundation. So no matter where I roam, my state of mind is right at home. And this is my life, y'all, a little convo to enlighten y'all. See, this is my life, y'all, a little convo to enlighten y'all.
I wanna thank you for your conversation, cause it's given me such inspiration. In this life you got to have some patience, dealing with so many ill situations. I wanna thank you for your conversation, cause it's given me such inspiration. In this life you got to have some patience, dealing with so many ill situations.
All right. Conversation, Kofi MC, accompanied by Mutlu. What really inspired that song, Kofi?
I don't know, like a lot of times the music is what brings inspiration. I heard the music and that's just what came to mind, like just letting everyone know, like, this is where I started and, you know, this is what I experienced and I want to share it with you, so let's conversate.
Are you the primary writer for your group in terms of the,
yes,
the words?
The words, definitely. That chorus actually Mutlu wrote, though. We collaborated on that. I wrote the words for my parts and he wrote the parts for his singing.
Is most of your music sort of socially conscious or do you do a variety of different things?
For the most part, it pretty much is pretty socially, you know, conscious. Like I don't focus on just one thing. Okay. It's really just whatever I'm experiencing or what I've experienced.
Okay. When you look at the state of the world, how does it make you feel right now, Kofi?
It's crazy. It's crazy right now, you know. Very crazy, but I mean, I don't know, like it's just like I don't think it's changed very much from, you know, anything you've experienced for the most part. Like I'm sure anything I tell you I've went through, you said you've been through the same thing and vice versa.
So you think we haven't really learned our lessons in terms of some of these things?
I mean, only time, like you do what you do and you just go with it like that.
Well, it's really good to just sort of have a program where you can just sit back and relax. Because like I said, most of the time I'm talking about concentrated poverty, urban-suburban sprawl, the death penalty, and a lot of things. And like I said, when I saw you gentlemen, I just thought it would be nice to sort of branch out a little bit. You know, I've had jazz musicians on here where I've sat in with, you know, on the program. My father, you know, he was a professional golfer in the PGA, and so he saw a lot of racism, you know, in the 50s and 60s and 70s, you know, doing that. And he's a jazz musician, so we sat in there. But I thought it'd be nice just to sort of provide a sort of contemporary feel for the program. And I'm looking probably in the future to do more things like this, but it's also to feature, you know, you gentlemen in terms of what you're doing, because it's nice to see people that are, you know, really trying to bring some consciousness to their music. You know, I'm inspired by a gentleman named Sting. You know, he's been very socially conscious in a lot of his music.
Yeah.
You know, not only Peter Gabriel. I don't know if you listen to a lot of the international scene,
everything.
but yeah. So I listen to a lot of world music. You know, out of Africa and India and different places like that. So it's nice to see, you know, you gentlemen. Is music such a glamorous thing though, in terms of trying to get out there and really break big? Talk about that a little bit.
It's tough. You know, it's really political at points in time, and it's not always about talent and about what you have going on, what message you have. Sometimes it's just more about being in with the right person and this and that. And a lot of the stuff that's popular now doesn't really emphasize, you know, going deeper, you know, exploring social commentary. A lot of times just a good look and a good beat, and that's all. So I think what Koof and I both do is we try to make music that goes a little bit deeper than just a gimmick.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think, though, that's going to be enough to pay the bills?
It's hard.
What we're going to do, we're going to get ready to go to break then, okay? For our viewing audience, if you're just now tuning in, I have with me as my guest from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mutlu and Kofi the MC. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to Worlds Apart. Thank you for watching. Yep. Gentlemen, what we're going to do is come back.
You're waiting on the phone.
Man, forget the phone. I'm going to Ezekiel's at Ruffin's Restaurant. Man, you talking about some good food? Chicken, ribs, collard greens, macaroni and cheese. Lord have mercy. Hey, meet me there at Ezekiel's at Ruffin's.
Welcome to Ruffin's Jazz Club and Restaurant, York's Jazz Melting Pot. We feature live bands every weekend. We have a diverse and wonderful crowd that merges the cultures, people, and music of York. We serve dinner and appetizers till close every night. Stop by and visit us.
Hershey Foods Corporation supports the efforts of Worlds Apart in promoting the understanding, acceptance, and value of diversity.
Why do you and me have to be?
Behold these two, be self-evident that all men are. Welcome back to Worlds Apart. I'm your host, Brian Wade. If you're just now tuning in, we're in a special edition of Worlds Apart where this is more of sort of a musical look at the issue of some of the social conscious types of music that my guests are involved with. Mutlu from Philadelphia, and he did a song in the first set called Did You Know? And also Kofi the MC, who talked about Conversation, I believe. That was the name of your piece. Yeah. Gentlemen, give me some of your musical influences, though. You know, who has influenced you musically?
I guess when I was a bit younger, it was more some of the classic rock style stuff. Like,
you mean like Led Zeppelin or something?
Like the Doors, and I like the Beatles a lot too. Groups like that, Pink Floyd.
Okay.
But then I started getting more into soul, like Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, and Marvin Gaye in particular. Okay. You know, he had a whole album. Where he did a lot of the love and romance stuff, but he also, you know, he did a lot of socially conscious things as well. And Stevie Wonder too. Right. You know. Right. Okay. So that's
you can hear that sort of in your vocal style, you know, some of that influence. You know. What kind of comments do you get, though? And I'm just curious, not that I want to stereotype, but do you get a lot of comments from African Americans or people that are sort of nurtured in the soul venue? Like, man, this guy, he has a kind of a soul to his singing. You know, I like your soulful style. What do you hear?
I think people are taken aback sometimes. They see me at first like,
what's this white boy going to do?
Maybe think I'm going to play some. Right. But then I think, you know, once I get into it, they're kind of taken aback, and there's, you know, so I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. I know there was one situation one time or a few situations where, you know, I feel African American people feel my stuff as much as like, you know, as white people do. Sometimes even more.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Sometimes some of the white college kids I played for haven't grown up on soul.
Okay, right. So that's like, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, it's somewhat the sort of the cultural aspects and dynamics that people are locked in terms of the boxes.
Yeah.
They look at you and figure, well, he should sound this way, or Bob Dylan or whatever, Blowing in the Wind or whatever. And then you come out of a sort of entirely different bag. But it's good you'll be able to bring worlds together to some extent.
That's what I like. And also, I'm Turkish. My background is Turkish, so I also have an element of that.
Okay.
And I see parallels between Turkish music and soul, just in the way like people vocalize and so on and so forth.
Kofi MC, some of your influences, please.
Some of my influences, definitely like, I'd say KRS-One.
Okay, right out of New York.
Tribe Called Quest.
Quest, right?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. Tupac, that's my favorite.
Oh, okay,
Tupac. He was very, very conscious.
And let me ask you about that. I know that for some, he's been viewed as very controversial. I mean, even sort of mean-spirited at times in terms of his speaking out about what he saw from his experiences. What's your read on that? And I'm not saying that's my case.
See, I think with Tupac, the things that, like, all the music that he became popular with towards the time of his death, and like what was blown up and people were gravitating to, was more of the gangster rap.
Right.
So that's what got glorified, and that's what everyone was hearing. But a lot of his stuff before that, like Brenda Has a Baby and Dear Mama, like all those were very good songs and very positive, like uplifting songs. But unfortunately, with the business, like, money talks, and whatever songs are bringing all that money, and that's what's made popular. So, like, I think there's a whole nother side of Tupac that people really never got to learn about.
Right. And they just basically see the media side without really wanting to.
He was an excellent actor, writer, everything.
Okay, what we're going to do is let's go into some music. Please, this will be our number for this set. So, who wants to set what this number is and give us?
This is called a song called "Break It Down," and we did another. I had one original version of it, and we do an alternate version with Koof.
Break it down.
Break it down. My day starts with immediate prayer. When the sun dance on the clouds, I'm right there. But how shall I walk this line divine if my love for self is any less than that? This is combat, war in the streets, pray for peace. But how shall we move if we bruise our feet from hard living? They take what's ours without giving. And now you ask, what am I thankful for? Everything under the sun, believe that. I strive myself off for conquering this obstacle that's been built to stop y'all. Some nights I swear I could touch the stars. High as a kite, I get a rush from life. I believe I'm the light to bring brighter days. I guess all it really takes is change. What day will be better to start than right now?
Once more, we break it down once more, once more. Break it down once more, once more.
Down once more.
Once more, we break it down once more, once more. Break it down once more, once more.
Another day in this world that spins, y'all, and sometimes I'm sweating.
There's a better way to push your merchandise. You get more than you bargained for in our classifieds.
And one of the great things that can happen in a university is to meet people, to learn from those who are different than we are, to experience different cultures.
Unless you sit down and talk with people and get to know them, there's too many stereotypes.
Multiculturalism and being sensitive to multicultural audiences and peers is the right thing to do, no question about it. But it's also a critical business skill.
So it's very important that the students realize that this is one of the skill sets that they will need to be effective when they leave Penn State.
When you want words like skilled, expert, and nationally recognized, when you need to have confidence as well as courage, when it's your health, your body, your life, we have the finest team of specialists waiting to help. WellSpan Health, the region's most comprehensive healthcare system. WellSpan Health, for the journey that is life.
Why do you and me have to be?
You hold me to be self-evident that all men are free. Welcome back to Worlds Apart. I'm your host, Brian Wade. Gentlemen, thank you for coming to Philadelphia. Goofy MC. Contact information, if they'd like to get in contact, how they do that?
My website is www.mootlusounds.com. That's www.mutlusounds, all one word, .com.
And for us, we're on a site it's called burndownstudios.com. You can go there. It's a compilation of
all kinds of people,
all kind of Philadelphia musicians, MCs, singers, poets. So definitely.
Last song, set the song if you would, please.
And this tune is actually part of that whole collaborative.
All right, very good.
So we'll do abbreviated version.
Okay.
Open your eyes, tell me, what do you see when you turn the pages, when you flip on the screen? I see so little loving, I feel something's coming, still we just keep on sitting around. Meanwhile, you know that they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop.
No, no, they won't stop, no. Ooh. All right. Do me a little more of that "they won't stop" part. Let's get some more of that. I like that. They won't stop.
This is definitely the abridged version.
Sure, okay.
So if you want to hear the whole thing, check out Burn Down Studios.
Okay.
They won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop, they won't stop reaping, the world won't stop, they won't stop.
So you're feeding off me now. All right. Keep going.